you ready for some advice?
Yeah.
We're going to give some advice. I mean, you know what? This isn't advice. I wish there was another word for what we're doing.
Okay.
Akotar.
Akotar.
You know, it's just, we're giving different, this isn't advice. This is just like our reactions to your guys' stories that you submitted. And let me tell you guys are fucking nuts because these stories are crazy. I mean, they're not crazy, but I mean, like so many of them I really relate to, but there's,
What was the prompt?
What's the biggest problem you have right now with like any of your relationships? And I said familial, friendship, or romantic.
Okay.
I didn't say work because like who has time for that?
Yeah.
You know,
we don't
call
want to
HR.
get in.
What are we looking at?
Call
HR?
HR.
No, please.
Yeah, I didn't need that.
Get the heck out
Okay.
of here.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Some of these are fucking hilarious. Okay. So this is a weird one. My husband has a really bad relationship with his mom. Okay. She's never met my kids. We haven't seen her or spoken to her in years. Apparently, she wears a lot of leather, and my husband asked early on in us dating if I could avoid wearing any leather. I said sure, thinking he'd forget about it or that surely he didn't mean all leather. But 4 years in, I realized yes, he meant all leather in any shape and any form. Whenever I wear anything even close, he won't look at me until I change. Uh-oh. And before you say he should see his therapist, which is literally what I was going to say. Okay. He said his therapist said it's a valid request. And if I really, this in quotes, if I really loved him, I'd understand. But after respecting his rule for so many years of not wearing leather, I'm tired of it and fear my kids will suffer from a leatherless life too. That's like a leatherless life
too.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Okay. But that's difficult.
I don't like it at all.
What an interesting scenario this woman is going through.
Can you wear leather?
Yeah,
No, definitely not. He just doesn't like the sight of it. But like some is patent leather, some like he's got to like pick. He's got to know that's a ridiculous request.
It's too pervasive.
The kids can't wear leather.
But it's like jackets, it's pants, it's shoes, bags.
What? All bags are leather, are they not?
Yeah.
I can't wear a pair of boots ever.
Nope.
Ever.
True.
I'm like, where do you live, honey? Like, I need to know where you live. Are you like abstaining in Chicago where you like need something leather?
I don't
what if
believe
you go horseback
that the
riding?
therapist said that. Like, I think they need to go to couples therapy and she needs to be like, I need to wear a leather jacket. You know what I mean? Investigate that therapist.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, no, I honestly, I stand with you. I don't think the therapist even exists. I don't think he even saw a therapist.
Yeah.
I think that this issue is running so deep. I feel like this is, I don't feel good.
He knows that she'll listen if he brings the therapist into it.
She listens, but like, does she just go the rest of her life? Like, and then her kids can't wear leather?
But I don't understand. It's coming from the mother.
It's coming from the wife of the man whose mother wore leather.
Oh.
So he gets triggered every time he sees his wife in leather because it reminds him of his mother that he hates.
But everyone on the planet wears leather all the time.
He must be
so how does he go to work? How does he get a coffee? How does he like live in the world?
At work, my tape placemats are leather. My everything in this house is leather. I mean, PETA, don't come for me, but like
this is an excuse for him. He's blaming it on his mother, but he just he's trying to control her, or he just like simply doesn't like the way that she looks in leather, and he's trying to be polite about it, but it's kind of crazy. It's just it's not right.
No, I don't like that. She said, whenever I wear anything close, he won't look at me until I change.
There it is.
Bullshit.
4?
Yeah. Everyone who has ever been to therapy understands the term exposure therapy and understands that literally how you get over your problems is being exposed in small doses to them. So like the idea of just like never engage with it, bullshit. No therapist would ever say that.
Yeah, down with this man.
Yeah,
like
down with him.
I mean, all love to him and his maternal issues, but you need to find like something more specific. Like you got to be like brown leather or like like something.
Leather pants,
chaps. No chaps.
No chaps.
Okay. This one's interesting. My brother's wife is pregnant. Okay, so that's this person's sister-in-law is pregnant. She and I talked about baby names before she was pregnant, about 6 months before. And when I told her I wanted to use my late mom's maiden name, she told me my brother wanted that name too. Side note, this is so petty. Side note, before my mom died, she and I discussed that I would be the one to use her maiden name. I was annoyed, but because neither of us were pregnant at the time, I didn't think it was worth arguing about. Now that my sister-in-law is pregnant, I've asked her and my brother what they're thinking of naming the kid, and they're keeping it a secret. How do I tell them it's not okay for them to use the name and to respect that I've been dreaming of naming my kid this for years?
She needs to speak on it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Before the baby's born?
Yeah.
I think you just got to say, you know what? I wasn't meant to like... They're having the kid first. It's their choice.
She won't love this kid. Like
What?
the aunt.
Oh my God.
I swear she's going to be
we should have asked about aunt.
Aunt.
Oh.
Aunt. What did I say that
aunt.
weirdly?
So you're saying that this child does not deserve love. If
I'm going to say this baby is going to be born, and then she's going to not care for her brother's child.
Baby. Because he has the name that she wanted.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, can we like, I'd pull my brother aside because this is how I believe every argument with in-laws should be handled is through the person that's blood related.
Yeah,
or like,
agree.
you know what I mean?
I agree.
It should never be done through you. And you should talk to your brother and you should say like, hey, I'm thinking about, I wanted to use this name. Don't say like me and mom talked about how I would use the name. That's manipulative.
Yeah.
That's not fair. But I'd be like, can we negotiate some middle name, first name situation?
I agree. I hate nothing more on this planet than passive aggressiveness. And if the plan is to like keep it to yourself and not say anything and then be snide and make like that doesn't solve anything. Like at least attempt to do what you just said and solve the problem, because keeping it in and then just like being angry, unhelpful.
And like try to see your brother's side, like really try to be diplomatic. This is both of your mom that you both are trying to honor. It's actually a really lovely thing. And the more people on this planet with her name sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know?
More the merrier.
Shit. Okay. When I'm reading these, literally, like, what's so toxic about me, and when anyone complains to me about anything, I'm like, thank God that's not me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like not built for this. I'm like, I would handle this horribly. Oh my God, this one's crazy. Okay. My friends and I were out the other night at a crowded bar. Cool.
Amazing. Which bar?
I don't fucking know. Like fucking shore bars. Okay. My best friend was there with us, and so was her boyfriend. And one of the girls we were with, but don't know that well, B or C level friend of ours, okay, wow, great, called me the next morning to tell me that my best friend's boyfriend grabbed her boobs. while we were all at the bar. I've always
definitely shore bar.
Definitely.
No doubt now.
I've always had suspicions he was cheating on her, but Obvi, never had the proof and don't know if this is concrete enough. Should I tell my best friend or ignore it until I see something myself? Who's going around honking tatas out here? Like, no, what is this? What kind of grab could this be?
I don't like it. And I don't like the excuse when people do shit like this when they're like, oh, but he was drunk. So, yes, and?
No, Camille, you didn't read the first sentence, the crowded bar. I think this friend is also on the boyfriend's side to an extent. You don't want to tell your friend. You don't need to.
I just think she doesn't want to tell her. She's setting it up of like, I don't have to, right?
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's me writing this. Literally, that would be me. I'd literally be like, can I just give me any fucking excuse to not tell my friend this piece of information? Because none of, like, what are we going to ask for the surveillance from Shore Bar?
Why not?
No.
Also, like, a BC level friend has absolutely no incentive to lie. Like, what is this bitch lying about? She's obviously telling the truth.
Right.
Right? I mean, I would think so.
I don't know.
Natalie, as
unless
the person
she's crazy.
whose boobs people would want to honk. And,
True.
like, speak on behalf of
True.
Speak on behalf of honkful boobs. Do people just do that to you casually? Like, would a man do that? Like, if Dylan,
Absolutely
please
not.
God, if Dylan
my
does that to you, tell me.
No.
It's like I walk into your home next time. We're eating
What
sushi.
is that, a greeting in
Jay
some cultures?
Dylan has
And was
raised
it a
my
rub or like a honk?
coconuts.
What is it, a rub or a honk?
Yeah, I mean,
What's the other word for a honk? Squeeze.
a squeeze.
A motorboat?
No.
That's insane.
Not quite a motorboat. No, people do not do that to me at casually at crowded bars, let alone someone's boyfriend.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's wrong.
I would say to that C-level friend, I'd say I hope you're the same level of friends as you are like with my best friend. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you're equally as close to her. Like, tell her without me. You know?
Yeah.
I'd like to excuse
You don't
myself
want to be the
from this
middleman.
narrative.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved at all. Because God forbid your best friend doesn't believe you or doesn't believe the person, then you're the person that always, with the honking of boobs accusation. You know? Camille's gonna tell. Camille,
I
you're
would
gonna tell. I mean, thank God. That's why you're my best friend. I'm so glad. Thank God.
Honest and
I
loyal.
don't want to know things that you don't know, because then that feels like it's like lying
But
to
some
you.
things I don't. It's gonna hurt me to know.
Even if it's information that I acquired against my will. That's not a guy you want to be with if he's drunk and honking bitches' boobs at bars.
Sometimes better out of sight, out of mind, no?
Right. That's me. The
Absolutely
avoidant bitches
not.
in the room.
No.
You know, the ladies
I
in the
have
place with style and
anxiety for
grace.
that.
Speak up.
Speak
on
up.
it.
No. I have anxiety. I'd spiral about it. I'd be like, they know and they know. I
Would
know.
it
And then
be-
she found out about this and then she found out that I knew and I didn't tell her. I don't
Would
have
it be
the right brain
different
for
if it was a
that.
vagina grab?
Yes.
Obviously.
Oh, see, for me, I'm like, oh, how do you know his hand wasn't going in his pocket? I'm a man excuser.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm a sympathizer.
I guess. My God, I just would be stunned. I'd be like, what is this? What is this ulterior motive here? Okay.
Grab.
Okay, this one is crazy. This one is from our audience from college, and there are a few of you, and I'm so glad that there are some of you that exist because, God, you keep me young with this story. Okay, so she starts by saying, so I'm a college freshman. Last semester, I lived with one roommate who I'll call Kara, but then this week, she and I moved into a new dorm, and now we have 3 other roommates. Everyone involved is 18 years old. Consent.
Setting
Disclaimer,
the scene.
Okay, I'm scared of that disclaimer. I'm like, shit. Okay. All of us roommates decided to have a girls' night, capital G, capital N. Hey, to get to know each other better. And one of the girls said we should play a game. Never have I ever. Okay, we all know it. Thank you. I'm glad they're still playing this shit. Okay. So on the 3rd turn in the game, one of the new roommates said, "Never have I ever had sex," but she said it in a very LOL joking way. I love that way. That just made it really obvious that she thought nobody in the room was a virgin. Literally everyone laughed that she would even say it. So it was obvious that they all also assumed that everyone else in the room wasn't a virgin. So the thing is that I actually am a virgin still, which in this group, Kara was the only person who knew. Ooh, Kara, girl. Kara gave me a look to try to get me to say something when everyone was laughing, but I was too embarrassed because everyone else already put down a finger. So I did too, and then Kara gave me a super nasty look for lying. She didn't say anything directly immediately, but she made some comments during the game about how she thought that some people had the wrong number of fingers up at a couple of points, so clearly it was bothering her. Then after girls' night, capital G, capital N, when everyone was going to bed, Kara said to me that it's not girl behavior to lie during Never Have I Ever. And she seemed really upset about it. Kara, touch grass. I explained basically what I said before, that I was embarrassed because of the way our other roommate asked the question. Kara's response was that literally no one would have cared that you're a virgin, but it's weird to lie, and especially when the whole point of the game is to get to know each other better. If you weren't going to answer the question honestly, you shouldn't have played at all. Okay, I do see Kara's point. Girl, no. And I feel kind of dumb for lying because she's probably right that no one would have cared or made fun of me or anything. But is it really that big of a deal since it's just a game? I really don't think so, but Kara's still annoyed.
Miss Kara.
Get Kara out of your life yesterday.
Run.
Get her out of your life immediately.
Absolutely run.
If you say we're going to bury the bodies, I say, okay, where? You know what I mean? That's what a friend is. That's a best friend. You don't.
Also, you don't know these dorm mates. Like, why do you have to be so comfortable and share your deepest, darkest secrets with them?
For real. Get to know each other. I'd say, sweet Kara, tell me about your childhood trauma that you're definitely projecting onto this game because there's definitely something, a lot
Who lied to
there.
you? Yeah.
Who lied to you? Truly. Who lied
I don't
to
like
you,
it.
Kara? No, I don't like Kara one bit. Lie. You're allowed to lie about being a virgin. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
Right?
But I do
100%.
actually, to be contrarian for a moment here.
Yeah, please.
I do agree with Kara. No one would give a shit. Like, even if she said that.
We don't know these bitches. They sound lethal. They sound real. They sound crazy. I mean, like, no,
maybe they're accepting.
I think Kara is the
But I
issue
agree.
here.
I don't like the weaponization of girl. Like, that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with being a girl.
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, no, but I understand what you're saying. Like, girl, don't worry about being a virgin. Like, when you're in 10 years, you'll all be lying about the opposite. You know, you'll all be lying about how many people you slept
Your
with.
body count.
We can't even play Never Have I Ever anymore. It's like,
No, it's completely boring.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, so get Kara out of your life would be step number 1.
Yeah.
And then, you know, don't suggest never have ever as a game and just pray to God that no one ever wants to play it.
Yeah.
You won't be a virgin forever.
She's too much of a rule follower. Yeah, I don't like it.
By semester 2, they won't be friends anymore.
100%. She's a semester 1 friend.
Yeah. Semester 1 friend.
Oh my God, I had so many semester 1 friends. I didn't make it to season 2. I totally. Okay.
By the time she rushes.
Ooh, that one just kept, I'm like,
fully gone.
That one felt good. Okay. Ready for a bridesmaid one? These ones are always just get me so excited. I went on a batch recently, and the bride was bragging about how much her fiance was going to pay for and how cheap it'd be for all of us going. She wouldn't shut up about how it wouldn't be more than X amount retracted. And a lot of us booked our flights because of what she told us a million times. Then as the trip got closer, she'd confided in me and told me this whole sob story about how her fiance's job isn't going well and that he probably wouldn't be able to pay for the things he promised, even though most of it was already booked and expensive. We all went in hoping for the best, but turns out he paid for none of it. After the fact, her sister, the maid of honor, Venmo requested us asking for triple the amount that we'd been told.
Oh, baby.
And that we were all going to cover the bride's costs.
Ooh.
A lot of the girls are just paying it so they don't have to start something and are in the bride's good graces, but there are a few of us who still want to confront them. What should I do? Start a revolution with other girls? No.
Who's the liar?
No one, I don't
The
think.
fiance.
Did the fiance
The
lie or did she lie
fiance
about the
is the
fiance?
liar.
The fiance.
But girl or boy? Like, did the boy lie and be like, I got you, baby? Or was the girl like, he has so much money, and then he liked it? You know what I mean?
No, I think the fiance said, I got you and all your friends. And so they booked like whatever amount that he said he would pay.
Yep.
And then now all the friends are going to have to pay for, down with bridesmaids, down with bridal ship. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. There are just so many of these issues. And I think the biggest thing, I wish it was the bride asking for this advice, because I'd be like, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But like, you kind of have to pay. Like, I don't know.
I
You
agree.
can't, like, I don't know if it's shitty to say that, because like you truthfully should have, control over what you spend your money on.
Yeah.
But at this point, like, I feel like it's more of like in the planning, like this, she should, I think the bride was embarrassed and didn't want to say it. But like, oh my God, I just, you know what?
I agree.
T's and P's, thoughts and prayers. Like, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I don't know what to say. I
agree on all fronts. I feel this way with birthdays too. Like, if you're inviting me to a birthday, I assume it's like, it's your birthday. You're going to handle it. You're paying it. I pay for all, like, that's how I feel. And I went to a birthday party once where it was like the same story, where it was like, come to this really expensive place. And then it was like, the check came and she was like,
no, and then like they get no, truly.
You know me, I order off the kids menu. Like, I paid like 5 times what I should have. It was
I don't think
bullshit.
that brides should be exempt from their bridal shower paying. They should have to pay for it also. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're planning the whole thing.
They should eat more of the cost. It was your idea to come here. It was your idea to do all of this. Like, you should be taking on more of the weight.
75% strangers, and I had no control over any of this.
100% agree.
Maid of honor, sister.
Yeah.
Small claims
also,
court.
icky that she didn't say anything, that she was just like, Venmo charged triple, but didn't give a like,
no heads up.
Disclaimer, I'm so sorry, guys.
And
blah,
we're
blah,
paying
nothing.
for the bride.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Okay, this one's sad. My husband and I have been together for a little over 3 years. I went on his laptop to pay some bills, and when okay, why am I on?
Oh no.
Girl, you was snooping.
Ooh.
Don't even lie, you was snooping. Where's your laptop? Bitch, where's your laptop? Okay, anyway. To pay some bills. I won't tell if you won't. And when I opened the browser, his last Google search popped up, and it said, how to know if you're still happy in a marriage. Oof.
Oh.
I started to cry silently. I'm afraid to bring it up to him because I'm scared to find out if he's having second thoughts, but also want to help him reignite the spark that he feels we've lost. Or do I just pretend I never saw it? I think people's Google searches are between them and God. Like, I think, like, you don't know what kind of mood he was. Had he eaten recently? Like, maybe he was like,
was he hangry?
Like, you got to bring up your own issues in this world. Like, I feel like this poor girl, like, you just go about your life and just pray to God you forget. I don't know.
I don't know, because then how do you continue your day to
fault
day with this
someone for
man?
Google. If someone faulted me for my Google searches, I'd be in
But that's a specific Google search. That's
What if he was Googling for a friend? Why am I defending all the men?
No.
Always the men.
Get out of here with that. Absolutely not. This is what you do. You can bring up that question completely organically. That is not a question that it's like, I saw it on your computer. You can be like, how are you feeling? Like,
I like it.
There's such an easy way to have that conversation. If you've been married and you're comfortable with that person after years.
Break out the lingerie immediately. You're right. You got to like subtly bring it up or like try to be like, should we see couples? Like, are you even feeling... You know, because I think we do need to normalize a certain level of like, I think when people think they get married, they like are free of all like, not second thoughts, but like, oh my God, wondering like, am I doing the right thing? Am I in this correctly? Like person that you're with is going to bug you, you know? I mean, to an extent.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should like let them feel free. Like you shouldn't say I saw that. You should, because
100%. Yeah. You shouldn't weaponize your sadness about it as a way to make him feel bad for feeling that way.
Right.
It shouldn't be like, I saw the thing. Blah, blah.
Right.
Absolutely wrong way to handle it.
No, it's actually like trying to solve the problem.
Let's check in. How are we doing?
I would personally send him this certain TikTok that I saw, and it was talking about how like oftentimes we like miss the spark, quote unquote, in relationships. Mm-hmm. And what that really means is like when you're first dating someone, so much of the excitement is accompanied by fear. So you're like, will they still like me? Will they text me? It's a lot of like nervous energy that we mistake because excitement and nervousness are like very similar feelings to feel.
For sure.
So then when like you're actually comfortable with the person, when you feel loved, when you feel like, oh, they do love me, they will text me back. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, where's the spark? When in fact, it's not the spark that you're missing, it's the anxiety.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would just send a TikTok her way and then just have her send it passive aggressively.
Yeah.
I just was agreeing about the dopamine hit of it all, of the fear in the early stages of like a toxic situationship or a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I've experienced that, but
totally.
where it's like intermittent reinforcement versus like someone who's secure.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that, Nat. I like that. I like that. Okay. I've been seeing this guy for 6 months now. I've met some of his friends, but none, in all caps, of his family. And every time I bring up wanting to meet his family, he tells me I need to slow down. While things seem great and maybe I'm rushing things, I'm struggling with deciphering if he's serious about me or just looking for something casual. How can I gauge his intent? How can I gauge his intentions? Excuse me, without scaring him off? You know what? Does his family live in town or?
That was my first question. I was about to say we didn't get enough details. Yes. Do they live in town? Does he have a good relationship with them? How big is his family? Like there needs to be a little more.
He could say it in a nicer way. He could say slow down in a nicer way. Are they alive?
Truly.
You know what?
Like
are
for
they
real,
alive?
Truly.
Maybe
he has like one sister who lives in Australia. We don't know.
Wellness check on his family. Are they alive? Are they well? You know, are they okay? Do they want to meet you? I definitely don't feel great about that, but I'm like also a huge family person. So I'm like, I would want to meet. I want to know where like you came from, you know?
I don't like the slow down and putting it on her.
Yeah.
I would rather he be like, I'm not ready or do some explaining on his end about why he's hesitant about it as opposed to being like,
have you been exclusive for 6 months or have you been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's also a huge thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables.
You know? Yeah.
Unknown.
I'm feeling we're on variable island here. So like provide us some more context and then we'll get back to you. Okay. I've noticed that my friend group has become increasingly cliquey. There are 6 of us, and I feel left out of plans and conversations all the time. Seems like everyone else has a best friend within the group but me, and I always feel like I'm last to know about plans, and I have suspicions there is now a group chat without me in it. How can I address this without causing drama or alienating myself even more? You can't. Literally like avoidance party of one. No, I don't. I mean, I think you got to find like the weakest link in the group, like not the weakest link, but the person that like is most open to a friendship, maybe, you know, and be like, is this happening? Like, am I paranoid? You can bring it up in like a casual way. You shouldn't bring it up to all 6 at once, or else that group chat without you in it will be popping off, and they'll be sending screenshots.
Not Courtney.
Right.
Group chat.
Not Courtney. No, literally. Thank you for that pop culture reference. Yes, not Courtney. I feel like you gotta, I don't like this friend group for you.
I think you individually have conversations with each person.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
But then also, it just depends on what she wants out of the
Is this your
the
only
group.
friend group?
Exactly. Like, does she want them all
also
in her life?
Like your friend group, like, yeah, you might think this is as good as it gets, like friendship wise.
Yeah.
But like you might find if you leave this friend group, you know, or like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can still be friends with some of them. But like the people that are making you feel weird and tense, like, you know, you can distance yourself, then you're opening yourself up for brand new friendships, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to always be looking over. It's like the friends that like every time you leave a table, you think they're talking about you.
Yeah.
It's just like a waste, you know? Like friendships are supposed to like make you feel
lift you
good.
up.
Yeah.
You raise
I
me
agree.
up.
So I can stand on mountains.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. I think you identify who you actually like. Start with you. Who do you like? Who do you want to hang out with?
Camille, I like it.
Hang out with them. That's what I've been in this position.
Do you like
before.
them? Not do they?
Yeah.
Do they like you?
Yeah. And like I picked out the people who I was like, oh, we are actually genuine friends and you are actually being terrible to me. So I'll nurture the friendship that is good. And I won't nurture the friendship where it's like you're actively being mean to me. Why am I chasing your friendship?
Best friend is like who is the best friend to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's not just like, you know, you this thing that you can just give to anyone. You know what I mean? It's valuable. So okay. I like it. Okay. Oh, this one cracked me up. Okay. My problem is, thank you for being so forthright. My problem is that today I learned that my friend has a private story in which she puts generally her trips and selfies. She's added my boyfriend to her private story, and recently she's been putting up nothing but super naked or bikini or twerking.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
How do I get on this girl's group chat or the close friends?
Private story.
I'm quite open to nudity. Thank you. But she's like, I'm not.
Disclaimer. Yeah.
But
the disclaimers in these have been incredible.
But I have a problem with her having the choice not to put my boyfriend in, which I would have done, and yet she does. Precision. She has very few people in her precision. Is that like disclaimer? She has very few people in her private story. She's been very solitary since I've known her and has very few close friends.
So is she asking if she should approach this?
Yeah, she should tell her friend to take her mans
off of her CF.
Friends. Yeah.
I mean,
I've been known to twerk on a story or two.
I've been known to add and take off a few.
Margarita.
You know,
a few men or people on my close friends.
The adding of the boyfriend though and not the girlfriend is where it's sus. If she added both of them and was like, you as a couple are my friend, I would feel less weird about it. But the one and not the other feels weird.
A little schemy.
A little,
Yeah.
She has an ulterior motive there.
Yeah.
And also like look at your mans. Like also be like, why, you know, like 'cause there's got to be something like, you know, a little maybe like just a fraction, but just a little like maybe he's giving you reason to be sus.
Well, here's my follow-up. How does she know that she's posting on her close friends?
Totally.
Because
like,
she's
is the
not.
man being like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
like, the content that she's
so true.
right.
She's
So
not on her close friends, so she can't be seeing that content. So she's snooping around her man's phone, watching his stories, doing some shady shit herself.
You know how many of these started out with like, I wasn't looking through their phone. But
such liars. Be honest. We're all crazy.
I know.
Lean in.
Okay. I was getting ready on vacation with 2 friends. I was feeling super insecure and bloated and just bleh. Been there.
I
asked them a few times if they thought I looked big in the clothes I was wearing. Okay. I like the choice of words there. I asked one more time before we left, and one of my friends turned to me and said, "You know what you look like," and walked into the restaurant we were going to. I know I asked, but I'm still offended by what she said, and I don't know how to be normal with her when I'm still angry and can't forget what she said.
Dang.
It's like you asked for the truth.
I was just about to say, I wonder if this girl is like ultra sensitive or if the friend actually said it that way. Was she like, you know what you look like?
For
like,
real.
You look great.
Even so, fuck you. You know what you look like. Enough. You don't need to say it like that.
Well, I don't know if it's, I guess I'm like, if you asked 7 times and the 8th time, the friend is just like, I can't do this with you anymore.
Yeah.
Like you've been there as a friend where you're like, I've told you look beautiful 7 times.
Yeah,
like,
but I think you need to say that.
Amazing.
And I think you need to say that. I don't think I hate when people are like all of a sudden like brutal honesty and then you're like shook and you didn't want it in the first.
Totally.
You know, you gotta your friends gotta have a little patience for you.
Oh, of course.
You know, if you're feeling bloated on a vacation, there's nothing worse, and it's just like a terrible feeling. And yeah, I just feel like you know what you look like is harsh.
Yeah, I don't love that.
But it's hard because you can't start a fight over that.
I also don't like that, like, if you look bloated or something, you look bad. Like, there are lots of women who are beautiful, who are bigger or curvier or, like, that. The idea of, like,
for the women in the back.
Being bigger.
Tio.
I'm just saying that shouldn't be the equivalent to, like.
I'm here for all my bloated bitches. Some people might look better curvy. Bloated is like you just feel like the airplane, like, you know what I mean? Like you just feel like.
No, I agree. I'm just saying I don't like the intention behind it that like even if you look a little bigger that's like a bad thing.
No,
like,
totally. But we're all, we're all striving to get to that level of body positivity. But unfortunately, some of us are still over here where it's a vacation ruiner for the men out there, for the women. Whenever anyone says, do I look fat in this? Till the end of the earth, you say no.
Agreed.
You say no. They don't want your honesty.
I agree.
Depends on who you're asking. I feel like I would come to both of you.
Yeah.
And I would say, girls, like.
The other thing is more flattering. Is what I would say.
Yeah. And that I need and would appreciate. Yeah. And that's what she needs.
I have a rule for friendship where I think that like if you can't change it in 5 seconds, don't say it. You know what I mean? Like you should never say like, I don't like your, even like saying like, I don't like your hair color right now. The person still has to sit through that fucking dinner with you and feel like, fuck me. But you know what I mean? Like you can't just leave them to sit there. Like, no.
No, yeah. When you would come to us and ask that, it would be like, should I wear this outfit or this outfit? Like,
that's
does this,
better.
like, that's a way where it could be like, that one looks better on you.
Or like, do I look fat in this picture? Like, you know what? Enough. Like, I can't pretend like people don't ask that question. We ask that question.
Yeah.
It's toxic. We were raised by almond moms. It's not our fault.
I know we were raised by almond moms. I'm just saying.
So there's a girl on Real Housewives. I won't mention any names, but she shouldn't be on Real Housewives. And she was saying that her husband and her are so honest with each other that he says,
my God.
He says you're an 8.5 in everything that you do. Like you're an 8.5 looks wise, you're an 8.5 at your career. And she's like, I love it because we're best friends and we're honest.
Shouldn't he be saying she's a 15 out of 10? Like, come on, hype your girl up.
Yes. No, but she's like, that's unrealistic. You want your man to lie to you. I think there's a level of self-hatred there that's
I do too. Because I think if you actually love someone, you think they're 15 out of 10.
Totally.
I think
and
both
if you don't,
of you are 15s out of 10s.
And if you don't, Akotar.
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 Okay. Just if you don't, Akotar. Okay, guys, that's it from us. I feel like we could have gone into so many more scary places, but these are the girls. If you want to ask, if you ever see them out in the wild, ask them some of my embarrassing stories because they know them all. Really, you know them all. From like when I shit my pants to
that was so funny.
It was
funny, and then you had to sit and get your hair done for like 2 hours.
You know. Akotar. Okay. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for doing this with me.
Love you.
This is going to be a recurring thing. We're going to do this more. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for submitting your really honest questions.
Yeah, these were fun.
And like for all of you that are snooping through your man's phone, we see you. We see you. We know what you're doing. And don't try to trick. You can't kid the kid. You know? Okay. Love you guys. Bye.